Hey guys, it's your boy Pooh, and all this talk about characters and justifying your favorites made me want to make this shorter video first before I release the other ones I've been working on. And I'm doing it to say this. Chiaotzu is cool, actually. He gets overlooked a lot, even by me, who is a big human supporter. But he deserves at least a bit of respect. In fact, he deserves a lot of respect, because at the end of the day, we have a skewed way of looking at the characters in the series. We see the frontline characters like Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo, see how powerful they are, and then we think the background characters are weak. But that's just silly, especially for Chiaotzu. Chiaotzu might be the weakest of the main Z fighters, but he's a Z fighter. He's above Yajirobe and Kami. And being a Z fighter is not a small thing. Chiaotzu survived the Crane Hermit training right beside Tien, and unless someone has a good argument against that, one could readily assume that that is simply harder and less humane than Master Roshi's training. He then climbed Korin Tower, he trained at Korin's, and then Chiaotzu trained at Kami's Lookout, being deemed worthy enough to fight for the Earth. And then, when he died, Chiaotzu was considered the same level of hero as Goku, being sent to train at King Kai's, something only a true world hero is allowed to do. We follow a cast of insane fighters, but people don't understand how much of an honor that actually is. Only someone who is powerful enough to retain their body, and deemed both honored and heroic enough, can traverse Snake Way and train under King Kai. This is something that only King Yima has ever done in the history of ever until 5 fighters. Goku, Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien, and of course, Chiaotzu. Now, you might say, okay Poohhead, sure, in-universe that's super impressive, but compared to the main cast, he's still a small fry, why is he cool? Well, other than the fact that Dragon Ball scaling goes to such ridiculous levels that by the end of the series, Chiaotzu can beat up Sukuna, Madara, and Aizen all attacking him at once, Chiaotzu is the most impressive character in one special category. No, it's not his psychic abilities. It's bravery. He is one of the bravest characters in the series. Krillin freezes up with the androids, Yamcha freezes up with Frieza and King Cold, Vegeta freezes up and tries to run away from Frieza and cries when his attacks don't work. It takes Vegeta's midlife crisis to do what Chiaotzu does in the fucking Saiyan Saga, which is sacrificing his life for his friends and the world. And it takes loyalty as well. Chiaotzu is the most loyal. When King Piccolo rose to take over the world again, Roshi died, and Tien was frozen, paralyzed by Roshi's spray, and Chiaotzu was the only one that would be able to stop King Piccolo from making his wish. Now yes, Chiaotzu did fail, but he stepped out, no hesitation, to do his best to stop King Piccolo, walking out into a war zone against a demon god, and he died heroically doing it. Then in the 23rd tourney, he gets pitted against Cyborg Tao, someone who is implied to be as strong as King Piccolo, maybe even younger King Piccolo, and while Chiaotzu doesn't die, and he doesn't win, he doesn't give up either. We give no sign that he gives up. Then in the Saiyan Saga, seeing Nappa beat up his friends and knock Tien's arm off, Chiaotzu locks in and detonates himself, doing his best to keep his friends in the world out of danger. He didn't need encouraging, he didn't need a long speech, he didn't need to be told what to do, he just does it. And from his sacrifice, he is allowed to go train in the heavens with a privileged few. Next, something else no one talks about, is when Frieza and King Cold arrive, no one contacts each other before they fly over to the spot where the ship would land. This is something I talk about in my dissection videos when I dissected the Trunks arc. Chiaotzu goes with Tien, fully prepared to fight Frieza alone if necessary, and even during the Android, Cell, and Buu sagas, when he doesn't show up, it's never once because he is too scared. Tien always says he makes Chiaotzu stay behind, because he knows if he asks Chiaotzu, or even just doesn't stop him, His longtime friend and brother would join him to fight against overwhelming odds like he's done numerous times in the past. So yes, while there isn't a lot to hype Chiaotzu up in terms of comparing himself to the main cast in strength, though you can hype him up a lot if you're comparing him to, say, Roshi, Kami, Yajirobe, stuff like that, he still surpassed the heroes and the gods, meaning King Kai and even Grand Kai, and some might even argue Supreme Kai, although I don't think so, but one could argue that, and never once complains when it's time to throw down. Almost every other fighter in the series has frozen up at certain points, but Chiaotzu, if nothing else, has brass balls like Tien. He's ready to fight and die if it's what is required for the world. Hercule or Mr. Satan gets a lot of credit for being brave, so does Gohan. Vegeta gets a lot of praise for his sacrifice, but none of them have anything on this guy. When it comes to being the best wingman and a staunch defender of the world, Chiaotzu is king and deserves respect, and more than likely he can bend over your fave and beat them until Christmas. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video on Chiaotzu because I had never done it before, and I felt like he gets dogged too much. I am glad in this latest character poll that he was very close to being in the top 20. I think he was like 22. So yeah, Chiaotzu deserves utmost respect, and I'm going to stand behind that. Okay guys, thanks so much. If you liked the video, please like or leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. Subscribing and sharing, of course, always helps. And my links are in the description below. Okay, thanks guys. See ya.